Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Beth O'Grady and I am the director at the Carson City Public Library. Thank you for your interest in One Book, One County Montcalm and the Montcalm Community College Reads program. I have a special guest today with me. Roberta Kile is a longtime Carson City resident, was a longtime Carson City Elementary School teacher, is a longtime Carson City Public Library board member, and many other wonderful things. Thank you, Roberta, for allowing me to ask you a few questions about books and reading.
You're welcome.
So question number one, what was your favorite book or books as a child?
When I was a little girl, I remember going to the library in town, and about every week I went with my mom, and she checked out Madge Lindman books, Flicka and Dicka. And I remember reading those and enjoying them so much. About three little children and the little experiences that they had. They were my favorites. Also, I remember Child's Garden of Verses book that I had in my little bookshelf by my bed as a kid. And I would often go and read and memorize The Swing and other poems by Robert Louis Stevenson.
Very nice, thank you. What has been one of your favorite reads over the past year?
I just finished a book by Jerry Dennis called The Living Great Lakes. I didn't think I was going to like it at first, but as I got into it, it's very interesting. It's about Jerry Dennis, who was a crew member on a tall ship that traveled up Lake Michigan from Chicago, up through the Straits, up into Lake Superior, down Lake Huron, into Lake Erie, on Lake Ontario, all the way to New York. And I remember one part of the story. He was just enthralled with the Twin Towers, which no longer are there. Oh. But the trip was in 2001, which was just before the tragedy.
Oh, wow.
But just the history of the lakes, and it was just fascinating. And he's a wonderful writer, Jerry Dennis, The Living Great Lakes.
What is your favorite genre or genres and why?
I think historical fiction is one of my favorites, and I think the reason why is because although I took history classes in college, and my husband's a history teacher, so I've been surrounded by history, I think historical fiction puts things in place time-wise for me. And that's been good for me because otherwise it's just a bunch of dates, and now I know where they're placed. And also, I really love children's picture books. The illustrators draw me to them, to those books. I can't begin to mention all of those wonderful illustrators, but I have a good interest in art, and I just really love children's picture books, and I have a lot of them at home.
We're probably running out of time here, so I'm going to ask you a final question. Thinking about your life in good times and bad, can you talk a little bit about how you feel that reading has shaped your life?
I think during bad times, it's a way of relieving stress, and I think it's kind of an escape. And in that escape, stress is relieved. In good times, I think it's just a way of relaxing and just, enjoying a good book.
Same here. Well, thank you very much, Roberta, and thank you, everyone.
You're welcome.
Happy reading. Make sure you read Virgil Wander by Leaf Anger and Running with Sherman by Christopher McDougall. Once you can get your hands on those books, if you go to the Carson City Public Library website or the Crystal Community Library website, you'll see that we offer digital editions of both these one's nonfiction and one is a novel. So take a look at our websites for more information. Thank you very much.